What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Now, there's a decent chance that you are one of the small percent of players that has fallen for Gaijin's money scheme. And what I mean by that is premium helicopters. No one really tends to think about it, but one of the biggest ways Gaijin makes money is going to be through premium helicopters. The reason for this is that no one actually really tends to grind helicopters because, one, they're very hard to do, and two, it can be a long and tedious grind because it's not necessarily fun and there's no dedicated game mode minus player versus enemy, which is a boring game mode. If Gaijin reworked it, they would probably make less profits in the game altogether, but people would grind more helicopters. Now, the big thing with premium helicopters is that players tend to buy them to fit in lineups, so that people will actually be able to have a top tier helicopter rather than sitting down and having to grind from an A to O heli starting helicopter to a top tier one, which can take several hours and even days of hard work, and it's definitely going to get boring over time. So Gaijin makes a very good percent of money off of these premium helicopters, and it kind of is like a scam because in a free-to-play game mode like Air RB, you have the dedicated air realistic battles and even air arcade game modes and sim. For helicopters, you have the heli PvE game mode, which is already very limited, and you also have the you can use them in tanks, but you don't make a lot of research, and you can also use them in sim, but that is a up and down 50-50 in ground sim because it changes BRs and changes lineups, so it's very unlikely your helicopter is actually going to be in that lineup for very long. So it really is kind of like a scam because the only way a lot of players get to play these vehicles is by playing top tier helicopter premiums. And the only way that they're able to, to enjoy them is by buying them. Because otherwise the grinds are going to be long and tedious and they're not going to get to enjoy them soon. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. If you guys have gotten this far in the video, you may as well hit that like button and subscribe. Only about 7% of my current viewers are subscribed, and it helps out the channel. And let me know down below as well if you guys bought any of these premium helicopters. I personally have, and I can say it does make sense on why Gaijin does it this way, because a lot of these premium helicopters are just subpar versions of what are already in the tech tree. You have helis like the American AH-64 AGR, which is a Greece version of the Apache. It plays identical to the tech tree Apaches that you find in the tech tree. You have the Mi-28A for Sweden, which fits into that premium lineup at 10.7, and it's a pretty much copy-paste of the Russian ones with a little bit of different weaponry systems. You have helis like the EC 665 Tiger Hat for France, which is again a pretty close copy-paste of the Tiger helicopter. And then the AH-1S, the Karanzu for the Japanese, that is also a lot like the American AH-1S. You have helis like the Ka-50, which is a downgraded version of the Ka-52. So all of these helicopters are not necessarily crazy unique as premiums. They're there for players to buy them to fit into lineups. So Gaijin will oftentimes take pretty popular helicopters and throw them and add them as premium BRs. They look at the most played BRs and they add helicopters to those BRs. I think this is a major reason why we've only ever had one event helicopter and only have one squadron helicopter. Yes, it's a lower played vehicle. Not a lot of people play helicopters. It's only really useful for players that play ground, but it's not. It's a niche thing, I guess, if that makes sense. It's something that a good enough chunk of players actually want, but it's so profitable for Gaijin to keep the premiums as the ones to get that it just makes sense why they don't have a lot of squadron or event helicopters. Really, if you think about it even more, the number one played premium ground tech tree is America, and the most premium helicopters are found in the American tech tree. America also has the only event and only squadron helicopter. It just kind of makes sense. And if you look at Russia, they were lacking a good low-tier helicopter. And a few months ago, or I guess about a year now, Gaijin started adding the Mi-8 family. We still have only the Apaches and the Zulu or the Cobra family, and then we also have the Huey family. There's a lot more versions of helicopters I think we will see in the future of War Thunder. I think we'll see some more Blackhawks, possibly the CH-53s, modified H-34s. There is a lot of helicopters out there we can still see, and I really hope that in the future Gaijin decides to change how the grind for helicopters works, if it either is a new game mode or a rework of the game mode that they already have, or it just reworks how the reward features are for in ground RB, or if they also allow aircraft to grind helicopters, because as of right now you can use a rank or a certain BR aircraft or tank, both helicopter or aircraft or tank, to unlock helicopters, but you can only grind helicopters while using tanks. You cannot grind helicopters using aircraft. If Gaijin is going to allow you to unlock helicopters by using aircraft, there's no reason why they shouldn't let you also research them with aircraft. It's just one of those things that gets under my skin personally, because helicopters are such a long tech tree to grind, but it's actually an enjoyable thing to do. If you guys are looking to pick up a couple premium helicopters, or you want to, my honest suggestion is, yes, they're fairly cheap. I think they go for around $50 for the normally, with the most popular being like the AH-64 and the KA-50. My personal suggestion, wait for the sales. You can get a KA-50 for $25. And when you do that, it's absolutely perfectly worth the price tag. Anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Do you guys think Gaijin should make the grind for helicopters easier or harder? And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to join the Discord, link down below in the description. And I will see you guys in the next one.